in and out, in and out. Okay, here comes the chat. I see Edna and them in the chat. Maybe. something rain's raining so hard on the green. Drop the link. On the road. We're okay. Now you see if it works. Can you guys hear me? I can see the top one. So let's see. We'll go. Okay, now I'm back. Okay. Now let me try to drop the link again. Yep, now it might do it. Might do it now. Did it drop? Yeah, and I think it dropped now. Okay, now let me go back to the back room. Get this light set up. I might have got it since I'm outside. Urban, can you hit that link? Concrete, can you hit it? Or Edna, somebody? Miz, I don't care. Somebody. Oh, two in the back room. Hold on. There we go. There's Urban. Yeah, maybe it's in there now.
Are you sure?
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm here, I think.
Well, I was wondering if you was. I I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now. Boy, this thing's been difficult. Oh, you dropped off again. At least it told me there was two or three in the room. Let's see. Yeah, he fell off. Okay, two in the room. Okay. No video feed. Yeah. Now you're back. You there? Nope. He fell off. Let's try again. Now he's coming back. Now you back?
I don't know. Am I?
Yep, you're back on here now.
Wow.
Wonder how long.
I was just in space somewhere, flying through.
Yeah, I figure you was. Okay. It says two in the room. That must be me and you, ain't it? Because I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, it must be just us two.
Okay. Now you stay here. Let me see if I can turn my camera around.
I'm
I
going to
want to
try to stay
something.
here.
You stay there. You still should be able to hear me. Yeah, you should still be able to hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Can you see that there?
I see
Hold on.
something. I see something
Okay.
sideways.
Okay, let me see if I can. I'm trying to get this adjusted here. This is JRL. He's talking about that Sebastian case, and I wanted to see if any of you guys been watching it or listening to it, but I wanted to see if the video clip would play.
Edna says she's there.
But now see, the chat's not even running on my side. I see where I dropped the link.
Well,
And
I can see Edna just posted.
okay. It says there's 5 or 6 people in here. There's T Lee. Okay.
Oh, there's trouble.
Yep, there's trouble.
Money moves things. Now cannabis.
I gotta pause this.
Hello.
Okay. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is see if everything's working, but I had to readjust it.
Well, T Lee says she's going to punch you when she sees you.
She's always vicious.
I know.
But yeah, she's vicious.
She's supposed to be paying attention. Oh, now she wants to be
yeah,
nice and she says, hey.
Okay. Yeah, I want to be able to. We can let some videos play and sit here and listen to them and listen to them, and then after that I can pause it and then we can discuss it, what's going on. But I didn't know if you guys wanted to try it or not to see if we can get this to work.
Hey, Casey's on. He said he's heading to the beach.
Oh, Casey's headed to the beach. Well, we'll have to make a spot on here for him so we can be on the beach too.
Yeah, he said he's going down to watch the bikinis.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I was trying to do is see if we can see what we're looking at and listen to what we're looking at. Okay. That there can you see that now, Irvin? Hold on. Irvin's real small. What'd you do, Irvin? Drop off? Irvin dropped off. I better make him big again, or I'm gonna be in trouble. I got him real tiny. Irvin, you better get back in this room or I'm just gonna let this thing play. And then I'm gonna discuss it. Oh, he came back. Oh, it says no feed, no video feed for Irvin. Yep, it says no feed for Irvin.
Can you hear me now?
I'm waiting. Hold on, Irvin.
Can you hear me now?
I'm trying to get you back in here. Now you should be in here.
Can you hear me now?
You're in here.
I got all green bars.
Yeah, it said, yeah, both of us does now. It said no feed for you, and then it can't let you back in.
Well, why you keep knocking me out? It's like talking to you on the phone.
No. Can you guys even see what my phone's pointing at?
I can see JLR on it waving.
Okay. Just try something here.
Don't kick
just
me
see
out
if
again.
we can, I won't.
Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good Saturday morning, everyone. JLR Investigates. Come on in, come on in. 5/4/2024. We are talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. Got a lot of people in the chat this morning. A lot of people are up, but might not be morning where you're from. I know a lot of people watch the channel from across the globe. We are global. So good afternoon, could be good evening, it could be good early morning. Don't know if it's still yesterday in some places around the country, up to the international date line. But wherever you're at, hello, hello, hello. We're going to talk about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Where's everyone from? Drop where you're from. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about this young man right here. This is my intro every time we go live and talk about the case. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15 years old, Hendersonville, Tennessee, Sumner County. And Sebastian was reported missing during the early morning hours of February 26, 2024. He was reported missing by his mother, Katie Proudfoot, and his stepfather, Christopher Andrew Proudfoot. And both of them, a little after 6 a.m., I believe it was around 6:20, according to Chris Proudfoot, called the Sumner County Sheriff's Office to report Sebastian Rogers missing. He just vanished out of thin air. According to Chris Proudfoot, he walked out the front door to the front porch, and vanished. And he has still not been found, and it's been over 2 months. Where's Sebastian Rogers? Now, we cover this case extensively. We talk about the latest in this case, and there's a few new developments in this case. Last night, I did an emergency live because I was sharing how Chris more or less threatened a woman in a Facebook group centered around reptiles. She, called him out, and he responded. We shared. I considered a threat. It seems like he was very hostile towards this woman. Seems like that's a pattern of Chris Proudfoot when it comes to communicating with people online. Chris seems to go really at females a lot. And he also likes to speak on podcasts, but it seems like a lot of the podcasts he speaks on, it's more with females on the podcast. And a lot of people are wondering, what's up with that? Now, I titled this video, Chris Lashes Out, because we didn't discuss yesterday Chris Proudfoot, one of his neighbors, we'll say a purported neighbor, because some people are questioning whether it was really a neighbor or not. But a neighbor spoke with a YouTuber Crime, Lines, and Lies. Now, she runs a good channel. I know her. I'm Facebook friends with her. Her name is Brooks. She does good work. She gets exclusive interviews on a lot of true crime cases. So I want to believe it is a neighbor of the Proudfoots. And I'm sure you guys maybe heard about this and a lot of the allegations of what the neighbor was saying about Chris Proudfoot. I kind of got down a PowerPoint. But if you want to go to her channel, go to her channel. This is her channel. And she speaks to the neighbor chats, interview with the neighbor. So it's an interesting interview. You could go check it out on her channel right here, Crime, Lines, and Lies. Now, we're not going to play the interview, but I do have a PowerPoint of the allegations, what the neighbor has said about Chris Proudfoot. We're going to review that because these are shocking to the core, if true. And hearing this and hearing the neighbor make these allegations against Chris, knowing what we know about Chris Proudfoot and other back history and the corroboration of other people saying things about Chris, I want to believe this. I want to believe this as truth because we've heard it all about Chris, going from all the way from what he's personally said out of his mouth about what he did to Sebastian discipline-wise, how he speaks to people, Nina, his ex, the case, that they have out in New Mexico. So it paints a picture, and it's another nugget. It's another piece of the puzzle here when it comes to Christopher Andrew Proudfoot. But here are some interesting notes about that, folks. And it says, here's some notes. Chris sprayed Sebastian with a power washer after Sebastian got upset and he yelled at Katie to come get her. And you see that word. It's a very derogatory word, but he called Sebastian this word here. And, I want to believe that this happened. Who in the right mind would spray a kid? And it's probably, we don't know if this was when he was 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, whatever, backwards. Who in the world would spray a kid with a power washer? Now, Chris is in that outdoorsy type of stuff. There's actually photos of Sebastian outside doing work in the yard. Have you guys seen that photo? I'm going to show it to you. Somebody actually posted a recent photo. This photo. I don't know if you guys seen this photo, but it was supposedly.
Well, Irvin, I seen you came back. Could you hear it?
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Yeah. That's pretty crappy that guy sprayed him with a power washer.
Well, that had to hurt really good because I've gotten sprayed with them, and it hurts.
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying. They're getting the reviews in on it, and they're saying that he took him, and it comes down to, I think, when that neighbor seen that, he should have said something. But
well, yeah,
at least to somebody, especially because that power washer is coming out of there, 3,000 psi or probably 2,500. That could rip the skin off of you.
It could definitely cut it, especially a young boy like that. It should, their skin's not that tough. It'll probably cut them for sure.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, would that be the best way of doing this where we can see what we're talking about, or just let it play and then I can just sit here and stop it and go? What do you think it'll be better? Just sit there and listen to it?
Well, I don't know. I think the chat should chime in on that, but at least when you stop it, we have a chance to talk a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I was wondering if we should, not sure what we'll talk about who it is we're listening to, but or just leave it the way it is. Like I can let some more play and we can listen to it. You know, that's all I wanted to know. You know, oh, you dropped out again. You'll be back. Yeah, you'll be back. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. You know, what you guys, you know, we can go in there and put different people on there and listen about some of the things, but I think this whole case stinks so bad.
Well, it keeps kicking me out for some reason.
I gotta try to get you in here, Urban. You should be back, Urban.
Yeah, it keeps kicking me out for some reason.
I don't know why, but no, I was gonna say we can either do it that way or just let it go here, like how you don't got your face on, and I can turn my camera off. And yeah, I'm still here.
No, you just got
But
kicked off. Oh, there you are. There you are.
yeah, I just turned my screen off. That's all I did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you should still be able to hear me when I should be like you are now.
Yeah, well, you blacked out for a couple seconds and then you came back on.
Yeah. But no, we can let some more of this play and then you know and then discuss it, I think, if I can figure out how to get this back out
Well,
here.
Larry, TV wants to know how old the boy is.
15 years old.
Okay. And she
Yeah,
says stop. TD says stop and go. Casey said he wants to run around with Jasper. And TV, I can't call Edna because she's always in bed when I call.
But we'll let a little bit more of this play.
Okay, sounds good. However you want to do it.
Okay, I won't put the screen on. I'll just let it play out like this.
An old photo in a neighborhood of Sebastian and Chris Proudfoot in the yard working, out on he's on a construction equipment. But Chris is into that, I believe. The crane, the construction, the tractors. So for that allegation to be out there, it's pretty powerful. And to do a discipline on somebody by power washing a kid, it's very egregious. And again, to me, it's child ABUSC all the way, no question about it. You don't do that. You don't even do that playing with a kid, really. You don't spray a kid with a power washer. So it'll be interesting to hear if Chris Proudfoot responds to that allegation. So we'll keep going on, but I don't know if he's going to make an excuse for it. If he responds, he might even deny. So the neighbor says at the time before Sebastian was reported missing by authorities, Katie only drove around for 10 minutes looking for him that morning. And I think that's true because remember, folks, Katie Proudfoot says that she went into Sebastian's room right around 6 a.m., February 26th. Sebastian wasn't there. She thought originally that Sebastian was in the kitchen getting something to eat. It's very interesting about that because it seems like Katie Proudfoot has to go through the kitchen to get to Sebastian's room. So if Katie thought Sebastian was in the kitchen getting something to eat, wouldn't have Katie saw Sebastian in the kitchen before she went to his room? So she goes in a little after 6. Now, I heard conflicting about how long Katie was looking for Sebastian before she called Chris. because Chris was at his job site, right? Supposedly. Matter of fact, the PI for Seth Rogers, Heather Michelle Cohen, says that Chris Proudfoot was at his job site a little after 5 a.m. that morning. So was Katie and Chris on the phone with one another if Katie was driving, when Katie was supposedly driving around the neighborhood at one point before they called authorities to report Sebastian missing? Because Chris Proudfoot also said in an interview that when they made that phone call, they didn't call 911 directly. He called the Sumner County Sheriff's on a three-way call. I heard the word 620. I don't know if you guys heard. Heard it. I heard it. 620 out of his mouth. So you have that 20-minute window, 6 a.m., 6:20. Have that 20-minute window. 10 minutes enough time to look? I don't know. Some people think you would have looked for at least an hour before you even would call your significant other, your spouse, to bug them at work that somebody's missing. But everyone does things, whatever reasons they do. Everyone acts differently. Everyone's shoes are differently. We're all like a snowflake. No snowflake is alike. So 10 minutes. That's it, according to the neighbor. Here's another one. They allegedly made Sebastian sleep on the mattress in the garage because Chris was tired of smelling urine. They got a garage. They live in a home, Stafford Court. According to Zillow, it closed in 2022, over $600,000. Don't know the condition inside the home. In the garage, some people actually make rooms in their garage. Some people actually have spare beds in their garage and they stay in there for whatever reason. Sometimes space, sometimes whatever. Sometimes men create garages as man caves. But a 15-year-old, 14, 13-year-old boy with a mattress laying in the garage, I don't think you put a child in the garage as a form of discipline because of a mattress smelling like urine. So wait to see if Chris says that that's true or not. Maybe if someone speaks to Chris or Chris comes out, maybe he will rebut that allegation, confirm that allegation, explain that allegation. Because I don't think that's tough love. I saw somebody say tough love, or that's teaching a child discipline or something. You don't put a mattress. You don't put a mattress in the garage and make them sleep in it. Is that the mattress that was smelling like piss, or did he put the piss mattress? And I don't want to use that word. Urine. Excuse me. Urine. Did he actually put the urine mattress in the garage? Or did Katie assist in this? Is Katie a part of this? Did Katie agree with all this? What about Katie and the power wash? Was Katie aware of Sebastian or Chris doing power washing on Chris? Or Chris doing power washing on Sebastian? Was Katie aware of it? Did Katie know about this? Did she? How does she feel? Well, we're probably not going to hear from Katie because Chris seems like he shields Katie from everything. Chris Proudfoot is the official spokesperson for Katie Proudfoot. Katie's like behind him. Katie's behind him. Yeah, she did one solo interview with Reels. But other than that, Chris and Katie are side by side. And Chris seems like he controls.
You still there, Irvin?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were still here. No, I didn't know it says only one in here. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, I'm
or
still
if
there.
anybody was. Yeah. I was say I can stop this and I can turn the camera back around. We can talk about something else if you want.
Oh, I don't know. See what the rest of the chat wants. It's all right.
I don't know if anybody else. Oh, there's D-Dog. He's in here. I do see him. But yeah, now it just throwed you out. Well, I guess I can just let it play out. Yeah, I'll just let it. Oh, there he come back.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It keeps kicking me out. Keeps kicking me
I'm
out for
trying
some
to get
reason.
you in here. You should be back, Urban.
Yeah,
You're cut.
Casey
You
keeps
back?
kicking me out.
Yeah. I think I'll just let
Am I
it
back?
play out. Yeah, you're back.
Okay, yeah. Just let it play out and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just going. Okay, so everybody knows about the story.
The
Yeah.
entire narrative. And anything that's a question I noticed at Katie,
I think that'd be the best thing.
interviews that they were together, Chris kind of overtakes that conversation and kind of starts speaking ahead of her. And she kind of just looks and allows him to lead it. That's what I'm an observation, right? We're the observation. We observe. Chris supposedly yelled, "He goes or I do," at Katie. Now, that's an interesting allegation, right? Because we've been hearing, well, why was Chris all the way in Memphis for 3 weeks prior to Sebastian going missing? Some people speculate it's because of the CPS call. Other people said that Chris and Katie had a rocky relationship, and Sebastian was the wedge between them. And Chris almost told Katie he's not coming back to the house unless Katie deals with Sebastian. A lot of people think that. So a neighbor, and this neighbor, if there's criminal charges brought on anyone, and say if there's criminal charges brought on Chris or Katie or anyone, this is a witness of behaviors that I think the neighbor would be used in a court of law. I think a neighbor would be used here. This neighbor said it was normal for Chris to sometimes come home on the weekends to take care of things. CPS case in February is from neighbors reporting Sebastian was being made to sleep in the garage. Whoa. So we wanted to get an understanding of that CPS report in February, right before Chris vanished and Chris went to Memphis. There was a CPS report. Now, there was conflicting. Chris, at one point, I believe he spoke on a podcast. I want to say maybe Smiley, or another one he spoke to where he actually said it was because of the belt. And then he's denying the CPS, was the belt incident, saying the belt incident happened years ago. And then he spoke recently on Web's News, and Chris said he wouldn't elaborate. Chris wouldn't elaborate on what the CPS report was about, other than kind of shifting blame back on Sebastian. Said, well, Sebastian made a false allegation, and he got ridiculed, or he got, by the CPS lady that came out and reminded Sebastian, Sebastian, you can't make fake reports, whatever. That's, things like that. That's how Chris described it, but Chris would describe what the allegation was about. Also, the time, we don't know, but I'm assuming it's around February of this year. Same time Chris coincidentally goes out to Memphis. So is that report dealing with Sebastian sleeping in the garage and a neighbor made the report? How would a neighbor know that Sebastian was sleeping in the garage? Was the garage door open for the neighbor to see? Did Katie and Chris open their mouths and talk to the neighbors and say, hey, we discipline our son this way and our son's in the garage? I don't know. Does Sebastian go around the neighborhood and tell people he was sleeping in the garage? But if that's true, and it paints a picture of the discipline going on in that Proudfoot home. That's why I titled this video, Chris Lashes Out, because to me, if it's true, he's lashing out. You don't treat a child like that, ladies and gentlemen. You don't put a child in a garage, especially a child that has difficulties, and autism, special needs. don't put a special needs child in the garage because this special needs child urinated on the mattress and you're mad about that, so you punish someone? Are you kidding me? This is sick. This is egregious. This is gross. If it's true. If it's true. If it's true. And then further, it says neighbors turned in their footage but haven't heard from LE recently. All right, so that is that. There's other things to talk about, folks. So we got that. You know, we'll figure that out. Maybe Chris will come forward or not. Talk about it. Maybe some charges will come out of that. Maybe separate charges. Remember, folks, sometimes authorities, they might not get you for the actual crime, but they get you for something else to kind of hold you in or try to get you to cooperate on the crime that they're actually investigating. So who knows? Maybe there could be a CPS arrest on Chris or Katie down the line, or whatever agency. I think it's DCF in Tennessee. But maybe there's some sort of arrest in reference to some behaviors that were happening inside that Proudfoot home with Chris and Katie regarding Sebastian in the future. Possibility. Now, let's talk. There's some other things we need to talk about. Okay, so number 2. Seth got a new spokesperson, folks. He got a new spokesperson. We're going to talk about the spokesperson right here. So there's another YouTube channel. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to play a clip off this channel right here. This is the Pascal Show. And last night on the Pascal Show, there was an exclusive interview with a guy named Tony Mathis and Seth. And this guy here, Tony Mathis, we're going to talk about him a little bit. He's now on board with Seth. And I think he's maybe trying to also work with the Proudfoots too. Now, he dropped some bombshell information last night in reference to the infamous photo. The photo of, Sebastian, maybe being Sebastian, at that North Carolina site. North Carolina site, we're talking about the site where it was at a visitor center across the state line of Tennessee. And people want to know, is it Sebastian or not? Is it Sebastian or not? They shared some insight because according to them, according to this guy, Tony Mathis, who's from Grove, Oklahoma, by the way, he actually worked also with the family of Caleb Harris, who's missing in Texas. So this guy from Oklahoma now is on board with Seth. And they shared something yesterday. I want to share it. This is a clip. They're talking about this photo. And they're talking about that there's video surveillance of this person. Now the question is this person Sebastian? Seth apparently went out to North Carolina. But he was denied access, according to Seth, he was denied access to reviewing the videotape. Now we're going to listen to this. This is interesting. This is interesting right here. So I clipped this, and you can listen to the full interview on his channel.
Grandfather Mountain, Linville, North Carolina. Now, I'm very interested to know, in your personal opinion, since we have you here, do you believe this to be a sighting, like a legitimate sighting of Sebastian?
I believe so.
Okay. Now
that I jumped in my vehicle and drove to North Carolina.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So you drove all the way down to North Carolina to the actual space, to the place where this photo was taken. Was there anything in particular that you saw or anything of that sort before we get into the more finite details? Was there anything like to confirm that this was an actual sighting of someone and that this was not actual AI?
There's a pause.
My private investigator, she did reach out and spoke to the person who took the picture and to the person that posted the picture.
Okay, so there was actual conversation with somebody who actually took this photo, right? Okay, so Tony, do you mind, expanding a little bit on that for us?
I was not involved I was involved in the conversation with Seth while he was almost all the way to North Carolina.
Okay.
And I told him that when he got there that he was probably going to be disappointed, that they probably would not, this is when we heard there was footage. And I explained to him that they were probably not going to share the footage with him. And when he got there, he kind of figured out that that's what the situation was. And I explained to him that it was new information, and until it was vetted, it was going to be held close to the chest. And quite frankly, I completely understood why law enforcement was doing that. And when they vetted that information, if it was information that they deemed to be relevant to be disseminated, then it would be disseminated to, to Katie and to Steph. But we've got to verify that is him, and they've got to do their homework. And we've got to be patient, but I completely understand why Seth, if I was a father, I'm in my vehicle and I'm on my way there just like he was.
Yeah, no doubt.
He used it as a great opportunity to hand out flyers, create some awareness, ask some questions, and I was certainly proud of him for getting in the vehicle and heading right there, no questions asked. But that's the same thing I would have done.
Right on. So when it comes to Seth, real quick, the conversation that your PIs had with the person who actually took the photo, what exactly did they say? What was the interaction like? How did they get this photo taken? So on and so on.
I wasn't privy to that conversation. My private investigator already knew that I was going to want the picture vetted, and she reached out. She did that prior to me asking. So when I turned around and asked her, she said she had already vetted the picture, and I was loaded up and headed up there. When I got there, Tony was right. They would not let me see the video footage. So I took that opportunity to hand out flyers. Nobody.
Ooh, what happened? What happened? Uh-oh. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that you used
it. It is North Carolina. It's outside of Tennessee. But I used the opportunity as I went up there. Every time I stopped for gas, use the bathroom, anything, hand out flyers the whole way up and the whole way back.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that you used your resources in the best way possible, right? And kept spreading the word even when you were down there and your path back home or back to Tennessee. But can we talk about that for a second? So you went all the way down there, right? You went all the way down to Linville, North Carolina, right? Because you saw this photo, you believe that it is to be that of Sebastian. You go down there, you ask, can I see the photo or can I see some footage? And they said no. Why did they do that, Seth? Do you know?
It's under investigation. They informed me that law enforcement had told them not to share the video until everything had been vetted. From my understanding, TBI reached out to North Carolina, what they classify as SBI, and asked for their assistance. And if it's under an investigation, they're not going to show it. They're not going to release it.
But I feel like naturally a lot of people are going to react the same way. I'm thinking in my head, it's like, this is your biological son. You have rights, don't you? So why wouldn't they let you go and see this footage? Tony, can you expand on that a little bit?
So I broke this down for you earlier today, and I broke it down for Seth the other day, and Seth can answer this question as we play through this. If they show that video to Seth, and that video shows Sebastian walking into a vehicle and getting into a vehicle with a stranger, and Seth catches a glimpse of the license plate on that vehicle, Seth, what would you do in that situation?
Retrieve my son by any means necessary.
Exactly.
By any means necessary.
So yeah. That's why.
Okay. So that makes sense to a certain extent, but I feel you on Seth's side. My knee-jerk reaction would be, I'm knocking on that door. Okay. They're gonna know my presence. Like lickety split, right? but I do get it that they want to make sure everything is properly vetted before they release any type of information. But it's been a week now, so what's taking so doggone long, Tony?
Well, there's a lot to it. I mean, they've got to first verify that who took the picture. They've got to do their homework on that. They've got a video. They're gonna probably have to get some subpoenas. I mean, it's not a lot different than a lot of other cases. I mean, you start having to get subpoenas for information, and none of that happens quickly. So, you know, obviously the situation that Steph is in, if I'm him, I want it done yesterday. If I'm Katie or Chris, I want it done yesterday. But the truth is, there is going to have to be a little bit of patience to figure out what it is we're digging into here.
I see. Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, and that's just me. You know, I'm just a regular guy here. All right.
You're a dad.
Yeah, I'm a dad. You know, but I'm also a human being too, right? And instantly, I'm going, wait a second. All right, this doesn't make any sense. Why are they dragging their feet on this information? Especially when there is, just making sure this is abundantly clear for everybody who's watching, even the fam that's watching from the nosebleed seats. There is actual video of this particular person. There is actual footage of this. That's correct, Seth?
Correct.
Okay. So they're saying there's video. They're saying there's video out there. Could it be Sebastian? Will the family Seth get this footage? That's a good sign, right? Looks like the picture was legit. The person that posted that picture in a Facebook group, she actually emailed me, told me that the person that took the pic has spoken to the TBI, PIs, according to Seth. They're aware. They think it's legit. Seth thinks it's legit. Seth went out. Remember how far that is? It's like 5 hours away from Hendersonville. It's a good sign. So we'll keep you updated on that aspect. I would think that the TBI would definitely have to give a statement or share something about this, because this is bigger than, I think, the pants. I think this is bigger than the glasses, which they've responded to. So with this, I mean, to me, it looks like Sebastian. I mean, Seth is the biological father. I mean, basically, if there's a photo up there of your child, you're the first to know right away if that's your child or not. You know the marks on a child. You know how the child, their every position that they have. You know if that's your child. And Seth thinks it's him. So what does that tell you? It's probably legit. So again, Seth has a new spokesperson. His name is Tony Mathis. He's from Oklahoma. He's from Grove, Oklahoma. He spoke and said, I want my Caleb Harris family in this group to hear this first. I received a phone call from Pascal weeks ago asking if I would help someone in dire need. He asked me to help Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father, with media and guidance. I've helped him behind the scenes for a while, but he continued to plead with me to help him in a way I've helped the Harris family. After connecting him and Randy, it was made clear that Randy and his family felt for him and wanted me to help him. Let me be very clear. He said the same thing Chris said. Let me be very crystal clear. Caleb's case and my position with the family are my number one priority. Until things start to heat up a bit, I have some time to help another father. There's also a chance that Nina Glass and her team may end up helping, as well as Nicole Owens. I don't know who those people are, Nina Glass and Nicole Owens. We are still trying to put the details together. Please add Sebastian to your prayers with Caleb, as well as both of their families. Much love to all of you. So I believe on the Pascal show, and you guys can go listen to the full interview yourself if you want, I believe he says he's going to be very selective with the media he speaks to. I think he wants more of a national exposure. I do think Sebastian's case should get more national exposure, but he will probably be seeing more of this guy right here, whether he's with Seth side by side. is he working with the Proudfoots? Is he working with the Proudfoots too? Because, you know, it goes back to, we're 2 weeks from that infamous picture, folks. The picture of the confrontation between Seth and Chris. Remember this? This was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And, you know, this is 2 weeks ago where they both said they were going to work together. Him, Seth, Chris, and Katie. And so far, 2 weeks into it, I don't see them working together. I don't see them. We just heard from both of them on Web Sleuths the other day. You know, it was very awkward conversation. Probably shouldn't have been even aired out on the internet, but it does paint a picture that these two are not on the same page. Will the spokesperson be the guy to mend the fences? Will he work with both of them? That remains to be seen. The reason why I say that is because there has been, again, another sighting of Chris and Kate. Another sighting. I'm going to share this sighting with you. Apparently, there's TikTokers back at the campground. And this was taken May 3rd, 2024. Yesterday, this was posted on TikTok. And it looks like, folks, that the Proudfoots are back at Yogi Bear Campground, 250 miles away. This was posted, Katie and Chris quitting May 3rd, 2024, back at Yogi Bear Campground. So, I mean, can they work with Seth Afar? What are they doing back at the campground? Now, I do want to share, there is a woman that's claiming that the Proudfoots are ready to put their house up for sale, by the way, that they plan on moving. Now, I don't know how accurate it is. You know, this is someone that I've seen making posts in some of the Facebook groups. I don't know if her information is accurate. I don't know if she has ties or connections to the Proudfoots. But she's saying they're staying in an RV in Memphis. We know about that. We just showed you the video. They are selling the house, but it won't be on the market until June 1st. Until June 1st. So, yeah, folks, are they selling their home? And if they sell their home, while Sebastian remains missing, do you have a problem with that? Because we've always heard from Katie. Saying that, you know, she's waiting for Sebastian, her son, to come home, walk into the house. We're waiting for you, Bubba. We're waiting for you, right? But now there's talk that the Proudfoots are going to sell their home. And that doesn't stick right with me. You would think you would stay there where the spot where the child vanished off the porch and stay there until that child walks back there or comes back home. And you embrace the child with open arms. Though I feel like if Sebastian is ever found, he'll never be put in the hands of Chris and Katie. Probably not put in the hands of Seth either, too, with all the stuff that's out there on all of them. I think if Sebastian was to be found, that Sebastian would be put into the hands of CPS and let them sort out where Sebastian goes. Sebastian will probably not be returning to any of them. And I don't think, you know, I just don't think he should, personally. None of them. I mean, the things that we've been seeing, I've been reading the court records and everything like that. So that's the latest with this particular case, folks. JLR investigates. We got the Proudfoots back at Yogi Bear. We got a spokesperson named Tony Mathis from Oklahoma working with Seth now. Don't know if he's working pro bono. Don't know if he's working, is Seth paying them? Remains to be seen what that does. Some people are very skeptical about the spokesperson. In our particular group that we're in, a big Facebook group dedicated to Sebastian Rogers, there's mixed opinions. There's a lot of mixed opinions. I'll have to show you. There's a lot of mixed opinions about the new spokesperson. Some people refer to him even as Tim Mullen with the Wells case. But we'll see. We will see. We will monitor and see what's said. But CP won't be able to boss around Tony Mathis. And that's also true, too, because it seems like people are saying that this Tony Mathis guy is more of like an alpha guy, and Chris Proudfoot doesn't like to work with alpha people. Glad Sebastian got a spokesperson. In the comments in this here. I am glad, too. The PI can't really be the spokesperson because they should be busy investigating. We need to put ourselves in Seth's place, interview after interview, exposing this raw, nagging thing that cannot be cured until your baby is found. I cannot even imagine. And then this person says it's not that spokesperson, it's a family spokesperson representing all of them. And Tony made clear that he speaks for both families and Sebastian. He stated Seth doesn't look good on camera, and neither does Chris. And he did say that on the Pasco show. And this one says, although I like Tony Mathis, I do not feel that it's in the best interest of the case to have a spokesperson, especially for Seth. I do not feel that Chris or Katie are going to really help in finding Sebastian, especially considering they are responsible for his disappearance. In my opinion, wasting time on them is that, wasting time. And then she just goes on and on. So, there's many opinions about this spokesperson. The last thing Seth needs is a spokesperson. Where is Sebastian's spokesperson? And somebody said, oh, amen. So there's a lot of mixed opinions about this. This Tony Mathis is a total joke. Somebody said, thank you. So we'll see what happens out of this. Will this, will Seth kind of be in the background now, and this Tony guy takes the forefront, and he claims he's going to speak to select media and select people. Will that help? Will that hurt? Let me know what you think in the comments. But we are covering this case. Will the Proudfoots work with Seth? Will we see them side by side? Will they be working together behind the scenes? Just because we don't see them online together, maybe they are working together. But I don't think so as of now. Just now shows, based off that conversation just a few days ago with Chris and Seth on Web Sleuths, I don't think they're working together. I don't think they're on the same page, and I definitely don't think Katie is corresponding with Seth at all. But maybe they will. Maybe they will. Do you think that's good, or do you think that's bad when it comes to this case? We are Sebastian's Army. We are strong. We are covering this case 24/7, 365. If anything else breaks on this case, I will share with all of you. That's pretty much a wrap on this particular segment, but if anything breaks, again, you'll hear it on this channel. I pop the camera up real quick, and we share the information that's being shared out there. So thanks for watching. Happy Saturday, everyone. Keep Sebastian's name out there. And if you see something, definitely say something.
So what do you think about that, Irvin? Isn't that a crazy story?
Yeah, that picture. I didn't like that picture. Hey, say hi to Lily J, Larry. Lily J's on here.
Oh, okay. Hi, Lily J. Let me turn my camera back around now.
Oh, geez. Do you have to?
I guess. I don't have to, but it might help.
Okay.
Yeah, it might help. Yeah, it might help.
Hey there, Lily J. How you doing? Is it raining down where you're at? I hope not.
There, now I'm back. Yeah, I just thought maybe it would, where we could show some of these videos of what's going on. I thought maybe that would help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this whole story stinks. And then I seen another video today where they said the FBI ain't even going to get involved till they get enough donations. I think the FBI should have been already involved in this, this case.
Right. Right.
I just think it seems like there's a lot of scamming going on.
Right.
And I don't see a problem with taking donations, but it's just like when they brought the Cajun Navy in, and then a whole bunch came out on it. And, it just seems like they're trying to scare people away from this case. That's what it seems like to me. They're trying to scare people away so they quit looking for the boy.
Yeah. I don't. That picture just didn't seem right. Because when I haven't really been following the case like you, but when I heard about the picture, I thought it was a picture with the woman and him side by side. Well, that's showing the woman and then a picture of him. But they're not in the same. They're not in the same frame.
My opinion, it looks like it's definitely them to me. Because when you start looking at the picture, And if you look at the picture where he's standing on that curb, and then these things, everything looks like it lines up. I think it's him, but in my opinion, I think somebody in the either Katie or the stepdad Chris or somebody in that family somewhere is, I think, involved to holding him. Somebody's keeping him hid, I think. And I think that picture's actually real.
Yeah, but what I'm
In
saying is,
my
Larry,
opinion.
it looks like it was taken, like it's two different pictures put together. My thing was when I heard about the photo, I thought they were standing like side by side, shoulder to shoulder.
Uh,
And that looks
she
like it was.
was,
Go ahead.
no, she was walking, she went around there and was walking down through there. But another thing that caught my eye about that picture was there's another boy behind him. There's another picture of a boy behind him. That's what I was who's that other boy even? But I guess when the FBI went there and they got the footage, and now they're saying, yeah, they went to the building and that was a real video footage that they had. So why ain't they been, why ain't they came out and why ain't they, went back to the footage there where the building is and got a license plate number where they
Right.
got into? That's what I like to know. They're saying it's real, but why haven't they went back and looked at the footage? And I guess they already did, and that's how they know it's real footage. But why can't they track that lady down? Now, at first they said it was her mom or her aunt or one of Katie's relations. You know, that's, I think, and they're saying Katie's relations, all of them's in trouble for something.
Oh. Huh.
But the whole story seems fishy.
Yeah, it does. It
You
does.
know, a few weeks ago, he came out, Chris did, and said Sebastian didn't even want to stay with Seth. And here he was supposed to be moving in with Seth. And then you're hearing, and then you get them where they're together, and then they both get caught. And he's like, "Yes, sir. We had the conversation in the kitchen." And and, and then they both pause. Like, that's why I said I think the whole freaking story of that, I think automatically the FBI should be all over it.
Right. It sort of
And
sounded like sort of sounded like a story that we all know about that happened a year ago.
yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like on YouTube, people takes advantage of people and they put so many donation funds out and they just take advantage. It happens on here, and then you got to have these other channels clean the whole mess up. That's when they go on there and take advantage of it. But I hope they bust the case. I hope they find him. But every day goes by, it ain't looking good.
Right.
Every day it goes by, it's not looking good.
Well, this has
But
been
I
going
hope
on for how long has this been going on? Over 2 months, right? Almost 3?
Yeah, 65 days or something. 60 so many days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the whole thing is messed up. The country right now is just going crazy. You got all these countries fighting and cities arguing, and it's
People
just so
getting
much going on.
People
Huh?
getting shot. And,
Yeah, it's just like the other day. You had that shooting where all them cops went in there and they was trying to serve, I think, arrest warrant or something, and 9 of them got shot, and then 5 of them died, I think.
yeah, the last count I heard was 4, but that was a couple days ago. Who knows by now? And
Yeah.
there was a couple more cops, I think, in Florida shot. It's just going crazy. People's going nuts. All these protests going on.
I see they caught the zebras. The zebras that got lost or somebody let out.
Yeah, I heard Lily J was down there with Bigfoot chasing them zebras around trying to catch them.
Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting here trying to figure out where that was. I think it was Washington.
Yeah, that was Washington. They were taking them over to Idaho to a petting zoo.
Right here's, but then they caught 3 of them, and then there was one still running loose. I don't know. Right there's the one that was running loose still.
Yeah, he was running loose for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
he was a smart one. He got his freedom, so he took off.
Yeah, but then let me see if I got it. And then there was another sighting of him, and he was down. Let me see if I can get it pop up. But anyway, they found out it was Bigfoot's friend, and Bigfoot was feeding that thing.
Yeah, Lily J, we're talking about there's a Bigfoot feeding them. We're talking about the zebras that got loose here.
And then they seen this picture running out in a town, like one of them towns. Bigfoot, he was riding that zebra. But there's a whole story on it. But I think they caught him now.
Yeah, they said they caught him. They said Bigfoot brought him home so he could go to his new home.
Yeah, but yeah, that was another story I seen. It was going on out in Washington. But no, if we get all the bugs freaking figured out about this, how I got this set up, it'll work better if I get all the bugs worked out of it.
Right, that will. Yeah.
I only put it as a test tonight, but then I talked to JRL a little bit on there to see if we could use some footage, and he's like, well, everybody streams everybody. He said, but no, I just figure, if I get this out, maybe I can show some of the stories that's going on, and maybe we can see what everybody else thought about some of the stories.
A big shout out to JLR. If you're not subscribed to him, go over and subscribe. He covers a lot of different things. He was down at the border, the southern border. He's been to the northern border. He goes around everywhere. He gets around. That man gets around and shows a lot of different things. I think he's a really good guy, what he does. So go like and subscribe. And if you do, tell him that you came from the Larry P Show.
But no, I think he does a very good job. There's a lot of good ones that's covering this case, but there are a lot of them does true crime. And, Dolly, he's another one. I like watching him. I mean, but there's a lot of them out there doing real good trying to get out there to find this boy. And, he's just, I just hope it don't come to like where everybody just quits. But I know there's other missing kids out there, but a lot of times they don't want you, seem like they don't really cover them enough.
Right.
Like I know missing kids that came from this area and I ain't even seen nothing, but that's like maybe we can get on a topic of, you know, how many kids is missing from each state. Now I looked different things up and they was saying 600,000 in the United States. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, we talked about that the one night, but the trouble is, when they find them, they don't release that information. So that
Yeah, that's
missing
what,
kid things is a little misleading.
yeah, and that's like, you know, there was one here that was missing for probably 3 weeks and then finally they caught up to her and she was just a runaway. But the thing is, it shouldn't have took that long to find her. It took her almost three. She was a little over 3 weeks, and here she was staying at an apartment complex and never told anybody.
Yeah, well, that's just it. But now, did they take that off the missing person registry? No.
I have no clue. You know,
Yeah.
that's the big thing. We don't know how many they do find, and you know, I just wish, you know, it's 2024, and you know, kids just don't come up missing, and that's like this story here on a lot of these kids, you know, they just didn't poof and go nowhere. You know, they came up missing somewhere.
Right.
You know, every day, you know, when you leave your house, you know, there's cameras all over the place.
Oh, you're being recorded as soon as you leave your house. And now with the Tesla cars and these electric cars, they all have cameras the whole way around them.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess if we figure this out, how to get some of this stuff set up, that you know, maybe we can start reviewing some other people's stuff because there's some good stories out there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good stories. Just we got to teach Casey how to do it so we can get down to the beach. We got to have some beach action.
Yeah, I'll be able to. And then we'll know what the weather looks like, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and I like what we
Man.
were talking about the other night. You know, like I was saying that when something's going on here in town, I can go down there and you can go on live and I can live stream it and show people what goes on in different areas. You know, if we can get
Yeah, that's
people
what I
around the
was.
country, we can get people around the country to do that. I think that would be great.
Yeah, you know, we'd get a lot more stories and you know, true eyes right on the crime.
Right. Well, not only crime, but just regular stuff. Like I was telling you about the Tulip Festival we just had.
Yeah,
And you said you
and
never heard of that.
yeah, I've never heard of that. Now we
Yeah,
have a
man.
pumpkin festival and a chili off festival.
Right. We have a Bigfoot festival up here in Marble Mound right above me, 16 miles away. They have a Bigfoot festival.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe we'll get this figured out, this thing, and then we can start doing some lives again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Gotta
I'm
get
thinking. Maybe we get these cameras and this stuff figured out. We can start doing some lives.
yeah, we just gotta get Ms. off her OnlyFans page so she can join us.
Yeah, you know, I ain't talked to her for a few days. I don't know where she's at. I think Edna tried to get a hold of her today, but she's probably working.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I'll get off of here and I'll see how this thing turned out, and I'll try to switch stuff around if we have to switch it around. Try to make it a little bit better, but I am going to start going live a little bit.
Okay, that's good. That's good that you're back. You know, we'll get some more. You
Yeah.
know, it'll get
Yeah.
around. And go ahead.
Yeah. I just think, you know, sometimes you need a good break. You
Right.
know, there's so many people infighting and arguing, and you know, you can't really talk of what's going on because there's too much other stuff going on. And it's like I said, you know, you got a lot of people it scams people, but that's where, the good people should come out and bust them and show them that they can't be taking advantage of people.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, Larry. Why don't you explain a little bit about that number that's up at the left-hand corner?
Oh yeah, that's we're gonna start doing a call-in show, when we are talking about different things, and then we're gonna do the number. Let me see if I can get it up there. But
It's up there. There's a number up there. I see
okay.
it. Do you want
But
me to read
anyway,
it?
we're gonna have we're gonna have a call-in show. We went and got a phone for the channel, and it's the phone number is 1-740-238-2465, and
Right.
then we can take and put that number out there. If you're watching, you can call in and ask us questions. What we think, if we think it's just like the review we did. If you think they're guilty or whatever, we can say the phone lines are open, and call in if you want to ask one of us questions. But I think that was a good idea, bringing a phone line in where they can call in and maybe ask us a question.
Right. Or give their opinion on something. Because a lot of people don't like to get up on the panel, but maybe they'll call in more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or their signal's not strong enough, the phone will pick them up.
Right.
You can call in, and usually a phone won't drop like a regular live.
Right.
But yeah, that was another thing I thought we'd add, and we could start doing a little bit of call-in stuff if we can get the number out there. Even if I gotta post it on one up here above me, so you guys can see it. But yeah, that was another thing, or we could do. We're just trying to get more options out there. But
Well, I like to.
yeah,
I like
I
to see.
think.
I like to see people call. I like to see people call in and let us know how the food situation is in your stores. You hear a lot of that of these other people, but is it true or isn't it? The food shortages. Is there a lot of food on your shelves? Is there a lot of food missing? Are they moving your stores around? Like I heard Walmart's doing in a lot of places. And stuff like it. Regular information.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, like I was saying, they're moving a lot of the stores around here. They've moved the cashiers around a good bit.
Yeah. And let us know your gas prices where you're at.
But I think our country's it's really in bad shape right now. But I don't think it hit anybody yet, real like Rosati. But when it starts warming up, and school's out, and people's driving more, and then they'll really know.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. I'm still going down and volunteering at the food place. We went from 20 people to a day average. Now we're doing 45 people a day for lunches on an average. So that shows me right there that people aren't being able to afford the food enough, that they're coming in there at least getting one good meal a day.
Yeah. But when it gets hot, that's when people better, if you can hand out water, hand out water.
Right.
Because we're getting ready to come into that summer weather.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to hand out potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah, somebody brought us 8 big boxes, 50-pound boxes of potatoes the other day. So I'm gonna bag a couple bags up on Monday and just go out and stand on the street corner and start handing them out.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, Urban, do you think the channel's working fine right now?
Yeah, I don't know what the beginning was. I don't know if it's on your end or my end. It kept kicking me out. And then my screen would go all white and then it would come
Well, it
back.
quit raining now.
Well, maybe that's why then. Maybe it was the rain there.
Because like I said, when I first started, I tried in the camper. Well, I tried the other night, but I didn't have nobody to come in and help me to see if it was working. And I didn't think it was working at all. So I just shut it all down. And then today I worked on this contraption that I built. And I said, well, now I think I'm ready and got everything set up. And then I said, well, I'll try it in the camper. And that's one nice thing about the way I got it. Everything's hooked to this board, and I can just pick the board up when I don't have service. Everything stays on the board in line, and I can, if it's don't get enough service, I can come out in the greenhouse. If it's too noisy because of the rain, I can go back in the camper. But that's what I was thinking it would work like. But I don't know. I guess I just have to. My problem is I can't get enough good service to do it, but I'm trying.
Yeah, no, that contraption seemed to work pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it would work because if as long as I got somebody up here and if we want to talk about birds or trucks or show somebody how to put an alternator on, we can pop up a video and show them how to put it on.
Right. T. Lee, you better get in line. You probably got 100 people in front of you if you want to kick me.
Yeah, she's been very violent, Irvin.
Well, that's that New York attitude in her.
Yeah, I think a lot of that, when she moved from wherever she moved from to New York, they made her kind of violent.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to her, she wants to hit me in the head with a pan, and she's violent.
Yeah, that's that Northeast people from New York.
But yeah, they're violent.
The New Yorkers are almost as bad as California.
I think we might, if we keep up, we might get her stirred up.
Yeah, we might.
But yeah, I just thought, I would try it, see if we can get the bugs worked out of this.
There she goes, Larry.
Huh?
There she goes. She says, I'm not from New York. No, but you live there now.
She lives in New York, and she's not even planning on leaving, Urban.
Yeah, I know. I think she likes it.
Yeah. Yeah, I told her, heck, there's a lot of other places she can go.
Oh, yeah.
They sell bus tickets.
They sell Uber tickets, too.
Yeah. The road ain't crowded either.
Yeah.
She could always walk.
No, TV. I know Southern girls, and they're not mean like that.
We'll get her stirred up if we keep trying.
At least all the Southern girls that I met always try to take you back behind the barn and not yell at you.
At least they don't want to hit you, do they?
That's right.
Yeah, she wants to hit with frying pans and everything. Kick you.
Yeah, whatever she can get her hands on. That's that New York attitude. She lived there too long.
She said we're full of it.
Yeah, she says, don't remind me, and you got to have money. Yep, you're full of it. Yep, there it is. You're full of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to get set up, where we can sit here and do some reviews on different things that's going on. I think it'd work. I think it'd work good, especially if we got a call in. After we show the video, we can do a call in, and then, if you want to get up on the panel, you can get up on the panel. I
Right.
think that would work out good.
Yeah, and the chat can give us, let us know what they want to see and stuff, and help guide us.
Yeah, I just think anything like that, especially if we can show clips or whatever on different things that we've seen. And like I said, if somebody needed a video and they can't understand the video, we could watch it and then tell them how to actually do something.
Right, exactly.
Then we're helping one another out.
And that's what it's all about.
Especially if we can show each other how to do something or put something together to make your life a little easier.
That's right. You see what T. Lee wrote? I may not be able to get to Irvin, but sooner or later, maybe beat Larry.
Oh, I know yeah, she's only about 3 or 4 hours away. She keeps threatening me she's going to hit me every time I talk to her on the phone.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. She's violent.
But like I said, you can tell that New York's taking over. She gets very violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets. I didn't really get to tell Lulu J hi. I told her hi, but I don't know if she heard me. Boy, the grandbaby's really growing good, Irvin.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Yeah, the grandbaby's growing really good.
Healy, it's 6 hours because you drive slow. The gas pedal's
no,
on the right, not in the middle.
She drives very fast. I tell you what, it's a wonder she don't get in wrecks. The other day, she had me in her truck, and she goes, "Oh, you got to go with us." And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And about that time, I heard her motor rubbing up, and I said, "Well, I got to get off of here. You're going to scare me," and I'm on the phone.
She says, "Why don't you two love me anymore?" Well, that's why we're picking on you, to show you how much love we have for you. If we didn't pick on you, you'd think we were mad at you.
Yeah, that's where we can show. We don't ever hate anybody.
No,
We like
no. It's all in fun.
Yeah, I don't know where that Miss Blue Moon is.
I don't know. Like I said, she's busy on that OnlyFans page, I guess.
Yeah, she's probably she's just too busy. It's warming up. It's probably bathing suit weather where she lives.
Yeah, she got that string
Yeah.
bikini on.
Yeah, she might. Well, Irvin, I think we'll try something else. I think it went pretty good, just as long as I do it in the greenhouse.
Yeah. Did you look at a signal booster for your phone?
Yeah, I seen one, but I'm not really sure how it works. If I don't have internet, how does it work? If I just wanted to boost my phone.
Well, it should connect just to your phone somehow, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I want to use the hotspot and the internet off of my phone, but can I buy a booster for it? That's what I was wondering.
Well, look up YouTube. Somebody out there knows.
Because if we can get a booster, I actually got a room in the basement. If we could boost a signal in there, you know what I'm saying? And then it'd be one room for this.
Right.
It's just where we put that brand new roof on our house, and then it's got the tinfoil stuff, and it won't let the signal out. From I guess it's these new metal roofs. If laser comes down, it keeps you from getting zapped.
Oh,
It
okay.
don't let any. We got one of those roofs that the signal can't get out and it can't get in. So
Right.
now I got to boost it so it gets in.
Did you paint the roof blue so it don't catch on fire?
Yeah, I've made sure I painted it blue. I'll have to show it to you. It's a nice big blue roof. But now where it's blue, I can't get a signal in and a signal out, so it don't do me no good.
Right, right.
So it might be a true thing about the blue roofs.
I don't know. That's what they were saying, there for a while. Everything blue didn't burn.
Well, we got that first internet, that ground internet. The only thing you do is plug it in the wall and you got internet service. But heck, that didn't work. It didn't work good because the data wasn't very long.
Oh,
If I did one show, the data was gone.
wow.
Yeah, it was gone if I did one show. So then we went to another place and it was gone. It couldn't keep up with doing one of these shows. And that's why I said, well, maybe if I did this, I normally did it with one phone, but I got to do it outside. But if I had a booster, I wouldn't have to. And then, or if I got a booster, we could do it anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, we need something to boost the signal. And then we can, then we'll have a call in too where people can call in. But, there's a lot of things if we start, and that's the thing. And when it's winter time, I can't do lives out in the snow. But if we get a booster and figure out how to get service in there without running out, we'll be able to do them inside too. But where it's warm right now, we'll be able to do them outside.
Yeah, well, it won't bother us if you're doing them outside.
Oh, if it's snowing, you'll see me freeze to death. And I don't want to freeze.
No. Well, no, but we're not freezing.
Oh, I know you guys won't. That's another thing we got. I added a Cash up there. Cash App. If you guys want to help out and donate, maybe help out on giving us a little bit of donations, $1 or something every once in a while. That would help on the call-in phone, or maybe just to help out on the show. We got the Cash App. That was something else new we brought out. It'd just help out with the show. Anytime that anybody wants to help out, it'll help.
Right, and I'm sure if you get too much money, you'll go out and help the community like you did before.
Yeah, if we could get where we could get the show taking care of the show, and and whatever we got left, we can use for something else, and maybe if someone donates, we can let everybody know who donated. You know what I'm saying?
Right, if they want their names put out there, yes.
Yeah, we can say, well, they helping out with the show, I think that would be a good thing.
Right.
Or they can just be confidential, you know what I'm saying?
Right, anonymous, yeah.
But to have a call-in phone where if we wanted people to call in, that's going to cost us about $50 a month.
Right.
55 actually. $55 a month. But I said, well, it's at least to try to see if it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think it could help, and we can try it.
Right.
But I don't know if anybody's still in here or not. It
Well,
says there's 5.
they were chatting there for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say if somebody wants to try to use the call-in number and maybe try it to see if our phone works, that would work.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe T Lee can call the number and try to make sure our call-in number is going to work.
Well, yeah. Anybody else but T Lee, please. Anybody else but T Lee. We'll accept anybody else.
Well, you know what she'll do. She'll threaten us, you know.
I know. That's why I said that,
Yeah. And then she'll be wanting to threaten us, you know, for the call-in number. And she'll be like, hey, I'm going to knock you guys out.
We'll have to put a warning up.
But yeah, if we could get somebody to call in on the call-in number, and but yeah, it's just going to be different. But I'm trying to make it different where we can have a better show.
Right. Right. And that's what's good.
Yeah, if we all work in together and do it, you know, I think we could do it pretty good.
Right.
But you know, like a lot of things it says on here, you know, a lot of it you got to take with a grain of salt. You know, some of it would be true and some of it won't. You know.
Well, that's just it. That's just
You
it.
know, you got to go out and look for the real information yourself. You know, we do our research, and then you guys go out and do research. And if you know, if we find out we're wrong and we see it's wrong, we'll say something.
Right. T Lee, look up the top of the left-hand part of the screen as you're looking at it. You got a pen and a piece of paper ready?
She's probably drunk already. You know, she starts drinking at like 2:00.
Oh, well, that's late.
Yeah, you know, at least we, you know, we don't even, you know, I don't even think a lot of people know that I'm thinking about coming back on YouTube, but I'm going to. It's just I want to go back on and do it the right way.
Right.
You know, where we ain't so plain.
Yes.
Where we can do others.
Hold up, Larry, for a second, please. You got a pencil and a piece of paper or a pen and your glasses on? It's 74023. What's that other number? I can't even see it.
8.
Oh, it is an 8. Okay. 238-2465.
Yep.
Okay.
1-740-238-2465.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Was that yes? You had a pen, a piece of paper, and your glasses?
But yeah, you know, that might help us out. You know, if people's got weak signal, I thought that would be another good reason to add a call-in number.
Yeah.
Because heck, we've been working on this thing for like 35 minutes just tonight. Oh, there it is. It's working.
Uh-oh. Warning. We gotta give out a warning. TD's coming on the phone. Adults only.
You there, T Lee?
I am here.
Oh, she's.
You guys.
Oh, we're pretty good. We're just trying some of this stuff out to see if it works.
Okay. I can hear you good, Larry.
How about you, Urban?
Who's that? I can't hear her. Who is that on the phone?
That's Teely. You can't hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her just fine.
Oh, he can hear you. He's messing with you.
There's a slight delay coming over the mountains out here, not the little hills.
Yeah, he's just messing with you.
I'm gonna hurt him one day. One day, I'm gonna get to hurting.
Well,
That's my dream.
well, he's been saying you're very mean since you moved to New York. And I kind
No,
of
darling. No, I'm not very mean since I moved to New York. I've always been this way.
oh we
That's
thought
how Southern girls are raised.
oh well we thought maybe you know that's the way when see
No.
we thought you used to be a little nicer when you went up there. Now you're wanting to hit us with stuff. You know. Every time that I talk to you, you want to hit me with a pan, and then you want to hit Irvin with a broom. You know, there's a little bit of unfairness there. I get hit with the pan, and he gets hit with the broom. That ain't fair.
Well, I don't want to hurt him too bad.
Oh.
You, on the other hand.
Yeah, I just think that's very bad. You know, when you're trying to hurt me, and you're hitting him with a broom.
Oh, poor you. You know, Larry, most kids are taught when they're young that life's not fair.
Yeah. So, did you get to watch any of the video we put up? And, when we first started this to test it on the Sebastian case, have you been covering that case any?
No, I have not. I didn't even know about it. No, what I've been watching is about how I have yet to figure out if it's just California or if it's the whole United States has outlawed New Testament.
Huh.
Did you not hear about that?
No. Did you, Irvin?
No, I didn't hear about it.
Irvin fell asleep, I thought, but he answered you. Irvin ain't heard about it either.
Well, it's happening, guys. I saw that the other day, and I was like, holy moly, people are just real stupid, ain't they?
Yeah. But no, we're like I said, we're just trying to see if we can make the channel any better. If you don't got service, I think this telephone's going to help a good bit.
So did you get a new phone? Is that what you're saying?
No, this here is we're going to use it just for the YouTube channel. This is
okay.
Yeah, this is just for the channel. Yeah, it's something new, and we're trying, and I don't know if you've seen when we was reviewing JRL, where he's found evidence, and he's talking about it, where we can show that on our channel and, maybe talk about some of the new evidence, just on all different things. I think there's stuff that we can do to make it better.
Well, there's always something, you can always do something different to make things better, no matter what it is.
But, yeah, I just thought, well, I worked on this, trying to get this setup, but I worked on it all morning, and then Edna said, boy, that's a traption, and then Katie and them was like, boy, that's a heck of a traption. And I was like, well, we're going to try it, because I was trying to get it where I ain't looking for this chord and that chord and this and that. And I was like, we'll try it, see if we can. And then, like, you don't have, if you're showing something, your hand ain't shaking, and the video's making everybody sick. So I thought, well, we'd try to make it a little bit better.
freeconferencecall.com.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do things too.
Yeah.
Lily J said that. And she's right. You can get free conference calls or Zoom calls, and everybody can be on the screen.
Well, yeah, you see, we can, you know, that's why I wanted to do it like this, where we can do a review on something, and you can talk about it in the chat, plus we can take phone calls.
Yeah.
You know,
Do that.
you know, we're hearing it all the way around, the true story. You know, but
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of things, but that's like Irvin, he's been watching different earthquakes that's going on, and that's another thing we can show was some of the earthquakes and where they're hitting at. I thought that would be a good idea.
Where's that at, Irvin?
A lot in the Pacific. We've been having a lot. There was a 4 point something right off the Canadian coast here this week. Down around Mexico, they're having a lot down in Mexico and South America. You know, the whole Pacific Rim has been getting hit a lot and they're going up. There's been a lot of 4 pluses going on around the world.
But there's that's what I was saying. I got an app on here, and it hooks to the phone or call-in phone, and I can show pictures of right where they're hitting at. I thought that would be pretty good.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what's happening. I can hear you really good, Larry.
Okay.
It's even better than me calling your phone.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Well, I know I can hear you good, but I can always get the thing and turn Irvin up, you know.
Well, Irvin, he sounds like he's coming in through a tunnel. I can hear him, but I have to listen very close.
Okay. Well, at least we know if Irvin says anything, you got to listen real close. You hear that, Irvin?
Yeah, she needs to turn her hearing aid up.
I heard she needs, and I didn't hear.
He said you need to turn your hearing aid up.
Honey, I don't wear hearing aids and headphones because I don't have the hearing aids, and the headphones would screw up the hearing aids. So I just need something to be a little louder on that end so I can hear Irby whenever he's talking.
Yeah. But yeah, I think all this will work, but I just got to know where to put I got a plug-in thing. You know, if you can hear me real good, I can go get the thing and I could turn Irvin and them up, you know.
Okay. Now, my question is, Irvin, is Larry still? It's just like there is no movement. I can't see him moving, so I'm wondering if it's my phone.
Oh, I'm moving.
So, well, then it's gonna be my phone and the.
Now, Irvin, I don't even see Irvin.
Now I can see the chat. The chat's moving.
Right.
But I don't see Irvin either.
Irvin, he was sitting inside of, those little hunting tents.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he got one of those set up in the middle of his room, and he's laying on a mattress. He wanted to put a bunk bed in there. I told him it would be too big.
Yeah, it probably would be too big. Now, is he trying to hide from Bigfoot?
Yes. They caught that zebra, and he said he was out there, and that Bigfoot seen him, so he went and got a tent, and he said he would put it in there, and I told him he'd probably smell him.
Probably.
I told him he just better sit in the middle of the living room. And then, but he didn't have a long enough cord for electric, so we might have to get him a cord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We might need to take at least a few dollars of donations. But don't forget about my snacks either. You know, if I donate him a cord, you know, he better at least give me some snacks. Yeah.
Oh, the snacks you would get, you would not like.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I'll take some little Debbie cakes and, you know.
I'm thinking of taking the N out and putting an M in.
I don't know. Are you still here, Irvin?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, he must turned his phone off now because I didn't even see no movement now.
Yeah, I can hear him every now and then. I heard him laughing a little bit.
Yeah.
I got my camouflage on.
See, he's in that tent and he's got camouflage on.
Mm.
So did you hear him now?
Yeah, that one I heard.
Okay. Well, at least we know the phone works for the channel.
Aren't you glad you got me?
Yeah. Now what about the print on the screen where the up there in the top where is that too small? You know, it's
way too small.
Yeah,
I cannot see it.
I was just wondering how we could blow it up, or you know.
Even whenever I've got it where I can't see the chat.
Yeah.
And I turn my phone sideways, I can't see it.
What about on your side, Irvin, up there when you put it on a TV?
Well, I can just see it. Of course, my eyes are going bad, but yeah, I can read it off the TV. But on my phone now, the live thing's over, and I can't see it on the phone.
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah, that's too small on the phone.
Okay, so that would probably be one thing I have to fix, is try to figure out how to make the number bigger.
Right, and we can always run it. We can always run it through the chat too a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. What do we got to change, you know, to make it better, where we got the number there. But at least I know that's one thing that I got to do, is figure out how to make the number bigger.
Well, uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I did something, that chat disappeared. You can also put it, well, I wouldn't want it.
What if I would put it on a plaque right here?
I can't see you right there, Larry, because simple fact of...
Can you see my head?
I can see your head. You're not moving at all. It's like a still picture. The only thing that's moving for me is the chat.
Do you see the board?
I see it, Larry. I can see it on my phone. But I think if we did...
If I had the phone number on that board over my head like that, do you think that would help?
I think it would be better. So, yeah, I think it would help.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. You know, I was trying to figure out how to make it bigger where you can actually see it. And you got to download this form, some kind of thing, and you got to put it in there, certain sizes and stuff, and they won't let you. And it goes by certain numbers. And it's got to fit in a certain platform. And I couldn't even, we worked on it for 2 or 3 days, and that's what I came to, that big. So that's why I was wondering if I put it on a board and maybe put it behind me where you could see.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. And then they got like a background thing, but it's so when you move, it's like real fainty. Like it faints in and out.
Yeah.
You know where these people puts it behind them, and it looks like they're sitting in this real fancy hotel.
Yeah.
Well, it does that, but when you move, you go in and out. But yeah, I was thinking about trying that.
Does the top of the screen move in and out whenever you got that backboard on there? Because I'm thinking if you put it at the top of the screen,
Yeah.
you might be able to do that.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure a way where I could have the number, but then I got to the point where when I put something up there, it would put it backwards. I didn't know how to switch it. You know, the numbers would be all backwards. So
That's okay, Larry. You're all backwards.
Oh, I know. But yeah, I was just trying to think of different ways to make it better.
We can just put it in the chat every so often, Larry.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest.
Yeah, that would be the easiest.
Yeah, I think that's just keep dropping it in the chat. I think that'd be the easiest. Just tell everybody the call line's open.
Yeah, that would.
But yeah, that was the main thing, to figure out how to get this stuff to work all together.
Well, I think you got it.
Well, now I just gotta try to get somebody that wants to watch.
That won't be bad. They'll come back, Larry.
Oh, I know they will.
Yep.
Heck, we only had 1 or 2 people to start off with. I guess they'll come back when they get ready to. But all the new subscribers, I think all of them are subscribing. Yeah, anybody that's a new subscriber, thank you. Well, I think we're at 430 subscribers. You know, I've been here about 2 years now, I think. You know, it took us a long time to get 430 subscribers. I think we're at 130 or 140,000 views, though.
Now, are you planning on doing this every night, or is it just going to be whenever?
Whenever I can get a chance, you know. But it'll, you know, it's going to jump around, you know. I'm going to try to do it when I can, you know, in the evening and different things. I'm not really sure. I don't got a set time. You know, we could go live 20 times one week and maybe 2 on the next, you know. I just thought I'd come and do some lives because I got a lot of shorts out there.
Now, is cabin season over?
Yeah, it's warmed up. But at least I can sit outside and do lives. You know, I can't do them in the house because I don't have no service and can't find a good enough internet.
Go out and sit with Jasper.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know when Edna kicks you out of the house, won't we?
No, she couldn't do that. She would be lost.
Yeah, she wouldn't have nobody to cook for.
I don't think she would be as lost as you think she would.
Yeah, she'd be lost.
And she'd be going, oh, thank God he's out of the house.
She'll be like, dang, what am I going to do now?
She's got a grandbaby to play with, so she's got plenty to do.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Maybe she'll make you build a tent outside.
Oh, I don't need
You
a
out
tent.
there.
I don't need a tent. I got a camper and a barn.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do.
Yeah, I got a camper and a barn and a greenhouse. You know, I got some woods out there. Just take a blanket out there.
Hey, is it raining down there yet?
Oh yeah, it's been pouring. It was hammering.
Oh.
Heck, Urban
were-
wouldn't even stay on screen, and then I wouldn't stay on screen, and finally it quit, and then it's starting to work. That's what I said. It's actually everything's starting to work better because it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were supposed to get some rain. We got a sprinkle out of it.
It would probably just start blurting out, just going in and out if Dawn would come on. Dawn just crashes the whole channel. We'll have echo, echo, echo. Heck, me and Urban ain't had to refresh yet.
No.
Yeah, we ain't had to refresh yet.
Oh, that's good.
So it must be working fine.
Well, on my end, yes.
So, me and Urban was tempted to try it last night, and he's like, Larry, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Go to bed. And I said, well, I better go to bed then. So I've been fiddling with this thing all day and all night.
Dude, it's a good thing you didn't go on last night because I would have never been there. I'll tell you that right now. I was sleeping pretty good last night.
Yeah, we was going to try it last night, and he's like, well, we'll try it this evening. So I finished putting the rest of it together, and I said, well, okay, we'll try it. But at first I was getting mad at it because I didn't think it would work.
Russell wants to know if you fixed that fuel line yet.
No, if he wants to come and fix that fuel line for me, he can. But I found them on eBay. Yeah, I found them on eBay for $25, so I'll probably just order one.
Well, that's a good price.
You and you, baby, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you get both of them, and they're only about a foot long for $25. You know, that's $12.50 a piece. You know, but you get both of them.
Mm.
Yeah, you're getting both of them. I think that's a pretty good deal. Heck, Edna's dad, he bought, they must have knew it. He needed one, but it was about 2 foot long. One for the Jeep, but it was a power steering line. Heck, it was $130, and it was only about 1.8 inches long. It had a special fitting on it, and here we had to replace them both. It was like $230 for 2 hoses because it had special ends on it. But I'm glad that everything's working now. But so you ready to get off of here, Irvin? And then we can go. Hey, if you see us come on, go ahead, Irvin.
Well, you got the control, so you control us to get on and off.
Okay, do you want to tell T-Lee bye? And Urban, do you want to tell her bye?
Goodbye, T-Lee. Love you.
She's still on the phone.
Goodbye, T-Lee.
What?
She wasn't listening, Urban.
Bye, Urban. I love you. See you later.
Love you back.
Thanks for calling in, T-Lee.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Okay, bye. Well, Urban, at least we know that works.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that we're gonna have to do is start dropping it in the chat. You know, I think that would be a big help because it is kind of small there. The only way that I can see it is I got to watch the show afterwards and then blow it up.
Right, right.
Yeah,
that
that's
8,
done.
that 238. It looks to me. It looks like it could be a 6 or an 8.
Oh, on the end of it, yeah, it's
Yeah.
2468.
Yeah, and the 238. It looks like that's 23. It could be a, like I said, me looking at it, it looks like it could be a 238 or 236, and then the other
Yeah,
one's the same way. It's that
yeah,
6 and 8 looks kind of the same.
yeah. It's 1740 238 2465.
Right.
But yeah, that's going to be our call-in number. But yeah, it'll give us a lot of different things to talk about.
And I think it all went pretty good tonight, Larry. It seems to be working good. So
Yeah, but it would be nice if we can figure out a way to boost it, and then we can do our own room and have that stuff in it.
right.
And then we don't have to keep going setting a place up every time we go live.
Exactly.
We can do it all. We can do it from one spot, and that's what I'm trying to fix up, where we can do it from one spot.
It'll all come together. It just takes time.
Yeah, we'll get everything laid out, and we'll be able to do shows in the evening, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, talk about some of the crime that's going on in different places. And, Teely, she has a lot of crime up there she sees once in a while. We can put it on there and talk about some of the stuff that's going out in Washington and, California. We got a lot of people that's watches. Like
Yeah.
I said, we was only 130 subscribers, and now we're 430. I know we're at least getting 20 people.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So that's good.
I know we at least got 20 people. What did Edna drop?
Last call.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll talk to you later, Urban. And
Okay, it sounds good.
If I hear from Miz, I'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep calling her, and maybe she just started drinking again.
Well, I don't know. But I just want to say good night to everybody, and thanks everybody for showing up. Larry appreciates it, and everybody else does also. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like I said, thank all you new subscribers. Yeah, well, I'm going to start going live again. It's just I'm trying to get the show put back on track and get it where we can do different things on here. Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
Yeah.